Hey guys, welcome back to 25 Sweetpeas. Today I have a brand new video for you, and it is of the new Different Dimensions collection. This collection is called Trick or Treat Yourself, and it is perfect for Halloween. It consists of 6 different polishes, and they're all a little different. So we've got some cream, some shimmers, a magnetic, and some thermals. So let's take a look. First up, we have Bootyful, which is a white curly based polish filled with Halloween themed sparkles. We've got black micro glitters, orange micro glitters, and some of the orange ones also have a holo-like effect. So there is one coat. As you can see, I kind of did blot it on in a few places. That was just to kind of even it out without pulling any of the glitters back off. But one coat covers really nicely, and even though I know this has orange in it, it reminds me of like cookies and cream ice cream, which is like one of the best things ever. So I am really excited about this polish because it's like a Halloween cookies and cream edition. So there is one coat of Bootyful. Now it is time for the second coat of Bootyful. I just love how this looks. So there is 2 coats. I'm kind of just, looking to see where I want to pull more on, but for the most part, I really like how it looks on 2 coats. If for some reason it is a bit more creamy than you want, you can go ahead and add a 3rd coat. I personally like how it looks at this moment. I know when I swatched it, there were like a few nails that I felt like could have more of the glitters at the top, so I would go ahead and do a 3rd coat, but really it's not going to change it that much. It's all about your glitter distribution as to how you want it and like it. But there is 2 coats and I am happy with it. Next up we have a polish called If You've Got It, Haunt It, and this is a black jelly base with orange holographic micro glitters in it. So there is one coat, as you can see. It applies really nice and evenly. Just making sure I get the edges. And there is one coat. I'm not sure you guys can see the little orange glitters on there, but hopefully you can. They're scattered out really nicely, and I feel like they go on very evenly, and they distribute themselves that way. There's no like extra added work to get that look. But there is one coat. Now it is time for that 2nd coat. Because this is a jelly, you do need to build it up. However, if you were in a rush and you didn't want to mess with doing 2, well, actually, no, you would still want to do this. I mean, if you, let's say you had a minimal amount of polish left and you were close to the bottom of the bottle, to prolong it, you could put 1 coat of this on black and kind of get the same look. However, of course, you're going to get more glitters as you build up the polish in 2 coats. So there is 2 coats of If You've Got It, Haunt It, which is a super fun polish, and I did some nail art with it. So yeah, look out for that on the. Next up we have a mossy green polish that is super gorgeous and is one of my favorites in today's blog post and video. And it is kind of a jelly base with a lot of little micro glitters going on in there. Now this one is called Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. And I absolutely love it. It's got some orange micro glitters. It's got like an eggplant purpley micro glitter in there, as well as some green. And I feel like I'm missing some other ones that I have not mentioned, but hopefully you guys can see all of them but really for the most part you only see the orange, the green, and kind of like I said, the eggplant, or actually in some lighting it kind of looks a bit more like a cranberry shade. It really just depends on how many layers you have on top of that little micro glitter as to what color it comes across, which is really cool because then when you build it up you get like different colors. So we're going to go ahead and apply our 2nd coat now. And as you can see, it builds up really nicely and it becomes full coverage in the 2 coats, and the glitters just look really neat. Again, I'm not sure you guys can see that. Hopefully, if not, you will be able to see it in the photos that I'm going to insert now. So here is 2 coats of Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. Next up we have Which Better Have My Candy, which is an orange holographic, almost a coppery holographic actually. It is absolutely stunning, and guess what? This one is a magnetic polish. So we're going to put on the first coat, and I am just going to let that dry. We're not actually going to use the magnet until the second coat because the second coat brings us to full coverage. Now, first off, let's just say because of the lighter color of this polish, the magnet doesn't kind of create such a drastic change as you have probably seen on darker colored polishes, but it does still kind of pull it, and I will try to insert a picture here of my nails where I had the magnet on 2 of them but not on the other 2, so you can kind of see the difference that it makes if it's not super evident while you guys are watching this on camera. So I've got the magnet on hand. There are 2 sides to it. So we've got this little round side, which I did not get to work on this, but this side is the one that I did and did have it work. And this is kind of like your bar shaped side. And we're going to use this whenever we put on the second coat. So this dries pretty quick, so we are ready to put on that second coat now. And you definitely want to work this one nail at a time. So as soon as you put this on, you want to grab your magnet and get it as close to the nail as you can and just hold it on top of it for a few. Of course, you don't want to touch the nail. And sorry, you guys can't really see this, but I'm going to try to get it close to my nail without bumping anything. And sometimes you can feel like a magnetic pull, which I noticed the other day, but I'm not, you can kind of feel it. I really want to get it close. So we'll see if this is one of the times where it wants to work. I can kind of feel it shifting, but I do worry that it's not going to be super evident because it is such a lighter color. And plus I'm super nervous that I'm going to touch my wet nail. Okay, so I can kind of see it. I'm not sure you guys will be able to tell, but it kind of pulls, let me find something to point with. Here, I've got the end of a brush. So it kind of pulls some of the oranges to this area and the holographic stays apart, which you guys will see in the picture that I'm going to insert. Again, I'm not sure you guys can really tell on camera what it did, but hopefully you guys can. And one thing I can kind of demonstrate for you is how it reacts to the bottle, so you can kind of tell that it is a magnetic polish. So here's your bottle, the polish. I'm not sure if it's going to focus. Okay, I think we're focused. So here is the magnet, and you can feel a pull here, but we're just going to kind of shift the bottle around because it will, there, it is attached to the bottle there. So you guys can tell it is magnetic, and I'm not sure if you guys can see how it pulls the polish. Let's go over here and see if we can see it. But it does pull the polish. But it's funny because it'll only attach the bottle in certain sections, which is kind of interesting and super fun to play with. So see, now it's attached. I can move the bottle. My hand is not touching it. And there again. There you go. I think you guys can see the magnetic move the polish on the inside. And that is what it kind of does to your nails. It's just not showing super well on camera. So hopefully it's showing in the bottle for you guys. It's really kind of cool to watch. And this polish is just really pretty. There, you see that? Let's see if I can get it. There, it's just normal. Then we can pull a line through it. And that's basically what it does on the nail, which I think you guys will be able to see. Next up, we have a polish called Straight Out of Coffin, and this one is a thermal polish. So we're going to try to have some fun with this and kind of see the shift. So as we go on, it's a gorgeous polish. As you can see, it's kind of like a deep eggplant purple with a lot of shimmer going on. This one has a very strong, orange red shimmery pigment in it that is absolutely stunning. So we're gonna I'm just gonna keep the camera on while I let this dry, because this one is a grape worm transition to a darkened plum, which is a cold transition. So I'm actually going to play with this with some water as well, and we're going to do that after we swatch the polishes. So there is one coat, and as you can see, that dries super, super nicely. And there is one coat. Now let's go ahead and put on that second coat. As you can see, this one actually does dry down to kind of a satiny finish. So of course you would want a top coat. That is not a big deal. Actually, it does kind of look cool with the matte-like finish. So here is it in its, I would say it's colder stage, which would be the darkened plum. So the shade that you saw last on my nail was it's warm because it had like gotten up to my body temperature, which obviously is warmer than what it would be in the bottle. So this is its cold transition as this super dark color, and the lighter one is the warm. Next up we have hashtag Squad Ghouls. And this is another thermal, and this one is a really pretty kind of a mossy green shade. As you can see, it is a little bit of a thinner formula, but it goes on super nice and evenly. So this one is a lime green color whenever it is warm, and then it turns to a pine green whenever it's cold. So as this dries, it should actually turn more of a lime green color because it would be adjusting to my body temperature versus being cold in the bottle. So we're just going to let that dry. And that did get considerably lighter, I do believe. Of course, it'll be easier to see in the actual like water that we're going to play with in a bit. But this is really pretty. This one also does kind of go down to like a satin-like finish. So of course you can put on your shiny top coat if that is what you prefer. So we're going to go ahead and put on that second coat now because it is definitely lightened up. And it is at its light lime green stage. So now we're going to put on its cold transition, which I think you guys can definitely see the difference. And it is so pretty. It's definitely a pine green. That is such an accurate description too because it matches all the pine trees. So there is 2 coats of hashtag Squad Ghouls. Such a fun name too, might I add. And now let's have some fun with some water. And here are kind of some photos so you guys can see that thermal shift. The idea that I had for filming with water and everything didn't quite go as planned, so we're just going to take a look at these pictures. And you guys can check out the blog for more, of course, and we will talk about the transition and the temperature and all that more so on the blog. So be sure to check that out. It will be linked in the description box below. But here is your final look at all of the polishes. Overall, I feel like these were all super fun, perfect for fall and Halloween as that is coming up really fast. And I just really enjoy this collection. I think it is really fun. I have like different favorites for different reasons, so we're not going to necessarily get into that. But I did nail art on a few, so some of them were really great for nail art basis. Some of them were just really great to wear on their own, which is why I said I have like favorites for different reasons. So yeah, these will be releasing on October 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and I will have the link to Different Dimensions website in the description box below, and of course, like I mentioned earlier, to the blog post that has a full-fledged review and all the swatch pictures and all that stuff. So be sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!